official.
Gotta rep it. What's up,
baby?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bro Talk. I'm here with my bros, Isaac, Balel, and Mark G, representing today. Brothers, it's so good to see y'all. It's good to be in the fold. If y'all see that on his shirt right now, that's the legendary SUNY College at Brockport, SUNY University. Well, what is it now? SUNY University app. Is that how it is now?
Nah, that's just Brockport University, bro.
It's just Brockport University.
Or University of Brockport.
University of Brockport. All right. So, well, anyway, that's where legends are made. But just want to welcome you all to the show. We always talk about brotherhood, fatherhood, and manhood in this show right here. Also, we want to welcome your comments. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Thank you so much. Hit us up in the comments. Let us know that you're here. Say what's up. We're going to have a very vibrant, I think, conversation today, just based upon what we've seen on social media between two athletes who were spotted in the stands. So we want to have that conversation today with the four of us having children, but the 3 out of 4 of us have girls who are going to grow into be young ladies.
Yo, now listen, let's be clear. Just because I got all boys don't mean I'm any less protective of my boys. And honestly, in this day and age, you gotta be a little bit, you gotta be vigilant differently with boys, you know what I mean? Because we in the era of Me Too.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But first thing is, we always like to check in. So, brothers, how y'all doing? What's new? What's going on?
Not much new. What's going on? It was a bit of a heavy weekend. It was would have been my brother's 49th birthday, as well as the anniversary of my dad's passing. So, my family, a few of us got together. We did brunch on Saturday morning, and just reflected and spent time. You know what I mean? And of course, it's gonna come with some tears and whatnot. But I think it's important to take time to do that and allow and those tears to flow. I learned going through it, when it actually happened, when they transitioned, that it's therapeutic to grieve and mourn with people who feel the loss, the impact of the loss, the way you do. So, as much as it's, we try to often avoid dealing with and confronting those difficult emotions. It's important that we lean into them at times, and because it's healthy to do that as well.
As for me, it was good. This is a decent week, man. I lost my grandma in Jamaica. But 95 years, though, it's a celebration. A loss is a loss, the way I look at it. Last year, I spent some good time with her. She's very funny, man. And her birthday was on Tuesday, and she passed on Wednesday. But everything else was good. Other than that, get to spend some time with my little man. He's sleeping over here somewhere. He didn't want to eat. Dude don't want to eat regular food. So he said, Dad, I'm going to take a nap just to get away from eating food. So that's what I was tearing down, Kareem, because food don't waste in my house. You know what I'm saying? I have a big thing, man, with food waste in my house, and food is very expensive. So I create snacks for him in the house. He got chips.
I second that, by the way.
Juice. He got little things that he could go snack on. If we don't want to eat,
no food ain't waste in your house, Kareem.
I'm not gonna waste my nice corned beef and rice. You know what I'm saying?
You're just gonna tell us the whole
nice cook up rice with. I haven't put some noodles in it, man. That Jamaican noodle, and give it.
Why
a nice.
It's not like you're doing a commercial right now?
Fragrant, man, because it's nice. I told you you see how fast I ate. I ate like you. I ate like you just now. You know what I'm saying? I did it like I was just chopping it down because I know we only got like 2-3 minutes. You know, but other than that, man, you know, he sleep, and I hope he stays asleep. You know, but he's gonna be hungry when he wake up. You know, but he got chips. He got chips. He got his Doritos and other things. He could go ahead and snack them, and if that's his thing. So I'm not worrying about it.
He's just not getting none of the corn, beef, and rice.
I still have a little bit left. I
Uh,
wanted to do that for me tomorrow. You know, when I wake up. You know, when I warmed up.
got
But
you.
he can have it. But I'm trying to tell you, he's not gonna eat it. This dude on pizza, man. I'm straight up about to get a job in Domino's, man.
You should. Hey, I
I'm
bought
about to go get a
Domino's
part-time
yesterday.
job. Huh?
I bought Domino's yesterday because that's what KJ
Oh.
wanted.
Bro, I'm about to go get a part-time job at Domino's, man. I'm gonna apply. I swear I'm gonna apply for a part-time job. I just want to be in the kitchen. I'm not want to deliver nothing. Because I'm gonna cut somebody out. Don't get me no deliver. I don't know. I want to stay in the kitchen. I want to cook the pizza.
You just gonna be the
Get 'em
Jamaican
make
dude in the
pizza.
back cooking, baking
That's
pizza.
it. That's it.
The
You know
app,
what
the
I'm
app
saying?
said they order done, man. They coming to you, bro. It ain't ready yet.
That's it. The oven. I don't make the oven. The oven makes it. I've been telling them just like that. It's in the oven. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to light my 10 fingers to flare it up?
Nah,
The
you
oven is on
gotta
low,
use
you know what I'm saying?
you gotta use that whatever that thing's called. It's
Yeah,
just
dude, listen, man. People have to be patient, man. They come in, they start whooping at me, man. I just look at them, man. I ain't gonna try to, you know. Once they don't come over the counter, man, they won't get their head stuff in that heater. In that heat, you can see how fast they face cook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not violent, y'all. I'm not violent. I'm just not gonna take no nonsense from nobody. That's all.
hey, you gotta set boundaries. I hear that.
Yeah, but I need to get free pizza. That's the only reason why I'm doing the job, bro. But it's got a kid that likes Domino's and just straight Domino's, man.
You know what our
That's
parents
what he
used to say
wants.
back in the day? They used to
Huh?
say, man, our parents back in the day used to say, man, you gonna eat us out of a house and home.
No, listen.
I used to laugh about that. Now I know that is real.
I wish he would eat me out of the house and home. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because the
Kareem,
crazy part
man,
is like you
with
still adding
Kareem, the
to
jokes write themselves. Like I have to. I sometimes have to resist the urge and the temptation because I'm like, he walks right into it.
That's why he can't go to his mom's house, and his dad be like, "Hey, man."
Eat him out of house at home.
His dad be like, "Yo, man, why don't you go to your house, man?"
And don't try to blame don't try to blame that on my nephew just because you buying the groceries now. Listen, you helping eat Brandy out of house at home.
Nah, man, Brandy at the store now. That ain't
Right.
ain't because of me.
Shopping for Kareem's.
Nah, man, I make up dishes in my house, man.
The makeup dishes. What does that mean?
I just whatever is available.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Because you have eaten everything else.
So you the vacuum.
Nah, I don't. I
You
just
gotta
don't
use
let
a
food get
vacuum
wasted
system.
at my house. I don't let
You're the vacuum. You go to the refrigerator. You clean that refrigerator out.
Yo,
Gotcha.
Kareem, man, you.
Gotcha.
I promise, Kareem is one of the smartest people I know, but you just be walking into stuff, bro.
All the time.
I done ate everything else, man. I just gotta find stuff in the cabinet.
Hold on. I didn't say. See, that's the thing. I didn't say I ate everything else. I just said
I know, but it's
conveniently left that part
bro.
out. You conveniently left that part out.
No, I didn't. I didn't use omission.
Yes.
Yo, man, I'm telling you, the first time I come to your house, Kareem, I'm gonna tell Brandy, please, Brandy, just don't judge me. I'm sorry, but this is for all year. This is going back for 20 years. I've been wanting to be in his house. You know, I think Kareem invited me to his spot one time. This nigga ain't got nothing in his house. I forgot where he was living. He was living in an apartment. Nothing. I'm like, dude, you ain't got nothing to bros, offer bros? Like, nah, I knew y'all was coming. Yeah, but you got.
Oh man, I said that. Wow,
You sure did,
Yeah,
bro.
you
did.
did.
That was
sounds like something you
for
would
me
have
back
said.
then.
That sounds like
different for
something
me.
you would have said.
That
So I
was
said,
different
no,
for
you're
me.
married. You know, you're more settled now, so you're more. You know, you got kids too, so kids gotta
Yeah, we
eat.
gotta have something.
Listen, Uncle Brew is gonna come there, man, and I'm hoping that day,
Yeah, we
whatever
got
it's there,
chicken nuggets.
even if I don't want it, bro, I'm gonna eat it.
We got chicken nuggets, home fries.
I'm gonna be a fat boy. I'm gonna be fatter than I'm fat right now. You know what I'm saying? When I leave your house, boy, roll me out.
Yo, Kareem, like enlighten us on one of these dishes you just make up. Like, what's the dish you made up?
All right, so boom, right? Today we had the lettuce wraps. So it had the lettuce, the meat, the cucumbers or whatever. And so the lettuce went bad or whatever. So I was like, yo, I still got, the beef. Man, I just put that beef into like a Kaiser roll, heated that joint up, made me a sandwich.
Okay, all right. So you made a dry sloppy Joe.
Yeah,
it wasn't dry.
Try that.
It was Asian cuisine, so it was like an Asian sloppy.
Do not try
really
this.
Bad saying that.
Do not try this.
It was a sloppy Joe. It was good.
All right.
I like it.
Your cousin is in the comments. Latoya, do not try this dish.
Yeah, man. Don't spin the block on that joint.
Don't try this dish.
My stomach feel fine. I'm good.
As soon as I read Rochester, man, this dude be like, yo, bro. If they know I'm there, he be like, yo, bro, man, I'm hungry. Yo, you cooking? I'm like, hold up, bro. I just got to the Rock. You should be like, yo, let's go out and grab something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We can do
this
that
dude
too.
called me like, yo, man, you hungry?
Because we know you gonna cook anyway, bro. You gonna cook anyway.
Bro, listen, I cook.
It's the principle. You missed the principle.
I get it. I
didn't miss the principle.
I get it. Like, I'm gonna cook for y'all regardless. But I can't, if I land at 12 o'clock at night, Kareem know I'm there. He be like, yo, bro, you cook. He would call and be like, at 12 o'clock, he be like, yo, you cook.
Is that the face I make?
Yeah. I can see it on the other side of the phone. Like, bro.
Yeah, that is. That's it, yo.
Like, bro, you cook.
And put that head to the side. Yeah,
head to the side, bro.
That's it.
That's what we do. Bro, I lived with you for a couple of years. I know.
Oh my gosh. But sometimes he'll hit me up. Be like, yo, Ike Brew cooking? Like, call Brew.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do be hit Ike up.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame.
Bro, man.
Oh my god.
I cook around y'all cats. I can't even eat, man. I just watch y'all eat, man.
Oh,
I see B. B was like, yo, don't throw that away.
Yo, B scraped the bottom.
Yeah, man, that's B and James. I don't know which one of these dudes is worse, man. I said,
it's rice, like, bro. That's the crispy rice. Yeah. That's the good rice.
But Kareem got all of y'all though. Kareem made a plate, put it to the side, and then he made two plates.
Then made another plate, yeah.
And then he came back and have his plate and eat. I'm like, yeah. I said, dude,
Kareem made his to-go plate
rest
first.
Of the bros, man.
I'm a pro.
Kareem made his to-go plate first.
Absolutely.
Plates.
You know how many barbecues I've been to? How many family reunions I've attended? Come on, man. How many church barbecues?
Hey, Toy Walker Smith, man. I'm telling you, if y'all want me to come up and put on for the Zetas, man, you know what I'm saying? We could talk. I got my contract, so let me know if you're ready. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it on. We're not gonna invite Kareem though. So I ain't gonna have no food.
It's all right. I always find a way.
That's a shame.
Kareem ain't gonna be my plus one.
Yo, Kareem is plus two. Like,
hey, we can talk about. It'd be like
plus two dolo.
I get a phone call, I get a text that Bruce, don't bring him back no more.
No, I'm very modest when I'm around people, man. I know how to carry myself in a way that's respectful. But I probably will make two plates.
Yeah.
That doesn't like that statement doesn't even go together. Like, I'm modest around people, but I'm probably gonna make two plates.
Yeah, because they'll say, because you know what happens, right? When people say,
you usually make three.
No. Two's the limit.
Two to go.
Two's the limit.
And you put away one, and the one that you put away is like 3 plates.
Truth be told, I actually don't like making plates usually. So the only time I really make a plate is usually like if Brew was cooking, I'll usually make a plate to go, but I normally don't do the to-go plates. Like, I don't personally do.
We legit done spent like the last 10 minutes talking about Kareem eating.
Yeah, I guess I ain't gotta go and do my update then. So I think it's just you.
Yeah, man. I ain't got nothing after that. You know what I mean?
Yo, listen. Thank you, cuz, for telling the truth. Thank you, cuz, for telling the truth about this man.
Oh man. Yo,
I remember him
man.
saying I don't eat like that at home.
Secrets,
In the chat,
family
tell us
secrets.
what all he ate. Tell us what all he ate
Secrets,
in the
cuz family.
chat. Tell us what all he ate.
Keep it low. Keep it low. Now we can get off food for a quick second, man. It was kind of a light weekend for me actually. So the kids started they don't need to start anything else because we already busy enough, but they just got re-engaged in swimming lessons over at Adams Street Recreation Center. So I just want to give a plug for that, man. If you got kids and they don't know how to swim because you don't know how to swim, take them to a pool, man. Let them get in the water. Let them get comfortable in the water because you never know when you might need that skill. And when it could save your life or somebody else's. So definitely, if you can, keep your kids to swim, teach your kids to swim. What's that?
What's the day and time for the lessons?
Oh, it's they have them throughout the week, but we have ours booked on Saturdays. I know they do swimming lessons for not just for kids, but also for adults as well too. So I would just encourage people to go to our central.com and actually get some more information about
how much are those swim lessons?
Free $99, man.
I just wanted to put it out there for the people.
Yeah,
like I
can't beat that price.
Yeah,
I still gotta learn how to swim.
Kareem, you buoyant naturally.
Yo, chill.
Get in some salt water, man. You just float. Float, bro.
You naturally buoyant.
Nah, but I gotta learn. I'm dense. What you talking about? I gotta learn how to.
Don't do that.
I gotta learn how to swim.
Don't do that.
I got my leg muscles is dense. I gotta learn how to swim though. That is one of the things I said on my bucket list though. I got
a big part of it is just relaxing, right? So that's what I'm saying.
Not relax in the water, bro.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, get comfortable. Allow your kids when they're younger to get in the water, man. Let them
my kids can swim.
in the water.
Funny thing, my kids can swim. And
that's the case with a lot of black people, yeah. And we take pride in that my kids can swim. Like,
me,
you need to. Your kids ain't about to save you.
I made sure my kids knew how to swim. Like, you know what I mean. Like, nah, you got to model that overcoming that anxiety.
So did y'all learn how to swim when y'all were young?
Yeah. I grew up across the street from the water, so I learned by jumping off the dock and finding my way back. So,
sure.
But not everybody gets that opportunity, right? To be around water. So,
Jamaica's surrounded by water, so I'm a river boy. I straight out to the river.
Yeah.
You throw your play hide and go seek in the water.
Huh?
You gotta make it. I don't go seek, bro.
You got to get back,
or,
man.
Or get call you stuck. You got to tag somebody.
Yeah.
You gotta swim it out.
Elian Gonzalez, baby.
Oh, I remember that. That was wild. I remember that.
Elian Gonzalez.
Yo, I was in DC when that whole thing happened, man. That was crazy. That was wild.
River water is the best thing, man. Don't let anybody fool you.
So
That's
wait, was y'all drinking the river water?
Yeah. We bathe in it, we drink it. We got certain parts of it how it runs, and it's really cool. And the water kept running, bro.
So that means it's gonna be good, because it's filtered.
We got cane fields over there. You know what I'm saying? We got orange fields over there. Young kids, you know what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Jumping on trees and all that stuff.
Hey, man, listen, man. Jump off of rocks. Jump in the water. Catch fish. Catch crawfish. Call them shrimps.
Man, the worst. We used to take the apples off. This guy that lived in the neighborhood. He had an apple tree. And he grew apples. We used to take the jugs off the tree. But I know he was mad because every time he saw us and caught us doing it, like he would go to cussing. But that only made us do it more. But you know what I mean?
No, that was y'all because that's the type of kids y'all were. That ain't every kid.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What type of kids we were?
There you go. There you go. To let him know, Kareem.
What type of kids were we?
You from Gates?
Y'all was urban kids.
Urban. That's like saying DEI. We were the DEI kids.
Those DEI kids was over there stealing my apples.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh boy. All right, let's get into it.
Let's go.
All right. So, just to bring everybody up to speed,
what you sipping, Kareem?
I got some tea. I got chamomile tea with honey and a little bit of
no, just okay. You know what I mean. Keep it off camera.
Oh, my bad. But nah, I'm rocking this because my players got this for me at the end of the season. It's a coach cut. So
why they choose to give you that little ass cup?
Nah, this is like a nice. This whole like 10 milliliters.
Look at us, Kareem.
Hold on, we said we was gonna get our food, right?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. Get us rolling. Get us rolling.
All right, man. So earlier this week, we saw that Juju Watkins and also Jaden Daniels were spotted talking to each other in the stands, and so there's some speculation that's out there that there might be a romance or something like that brewing. But the part that everyone's talking about is the fact that at one point they were sitting next to each other and they were talking, and it looked like they was having a good time, and she was smiling, and he was, they were into the conversation, and the next thing mom's sitting in between them, and it looked like the whole vibe just switched. So I wanted to talk with you brothers about like how do you feel about because like I was saying before, 3 of us have daughters, all of us have boys. But at what age, would y'all allow for your kids to start dating? And then, let's just start with that. Like, what age do you think is appropriate for kids to start dating?
Yeah, it's me first.
Can I ask the question, like, what does it mean? What do we mean by allow? Because I think that's a key word in that entire question. Right?
That is the key word. Right?
Let's define dating too. Let's while we
so like we dating right now or dating like when we were coming
dating
up?
In general.
What dating is, essentially from what I've seen online is the guy asked the girl on a date and the guy's expected to pay for the full meal. Usually he got to bring about $300-400 with him, because she gonna buy a plate for her and a plate for her.
Because Kareem coming?
No. That's what I've seen.
That sounds like Kareem size meal.
You're talking about dating now?
Dating now.
Oh, okay.
Or dating is just 2 people just hooking up and trying to figure out after that.
Hooking up. Because
having sexual intercourse.
Okay, because I want us to be clear in the language that we
clear,
so that way, yes, there's no confusion.
Right.
So I'll take it all just because
this is what you do during the day. So we definitely want to hear what you got to say about this.
So I have a 13 going on 14-year-old, and I would say about maybe 3 years ago now. So they never come to me first. They go to mom first because they say I'm the mean one, I'm the strict one.
Okay, that's fair.
But so my wife came to me and she said, well, this is like you said, this is what you do. This is your space. I want to, let's have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And she said, your son came to me today and asked if he could have a girlfriend. And so I said, okay, what are your thoughts? She said, I'm curious as to what made him, come to me and ask. And I said, well, he wasn't going to ask me because they swear again, I'm the mean one, I'm the strict one. But I said, let me have a conversation with him. And then, based upon what he shares with me, I'll come back and, we'll talk, and then I'll let him know what our decision is.
So hold on, stop you real quick. So the situation that you're describing, I'm curious with how many folks, maybe those who are listening right now, have like, I guess, approached it in that manner, right? Because I just find it interesting in that they went to mom came to you, y'all had a conversation, and then now you're gonna go talk to him. I'm just curious if that just happens normally, but I would love to hear somebody in the chat. I just wanted to point that out, B.
Absolutely. So I had a conversation with my son, and these were the specific questions that I asked him, and intentionally asked, for this conversation. I said, I heard, that you asked about if you could have a girlfriend. And he said, yeah. I said, do you feel you're ready to have a girlfriend? He said, yes. I said, well, tell me what it means to you. What does it mean to have a girlfriend? He said, somebody who I can, call outside of school and communicate with, talk to outside of school, not just talk to at the school. I said, anything else? He was like, maybe talk to on the weekends and stuff like that. I said, so, is there any, I wanted to exhaust. I wasn't going to leave any. I kept probing it because I wanted to see. He said, well, maybe we can do things, on the weekends or whatever. He was like, but when he gave me his understanding of what it meant to have a girlfriend, I felt like that was a fair baseline. That was a fair enough baseline based upon what his understanding of it was, to go back and have a conversation with my wife that I felt based upon his understanding of what it meant to have a girlfriend, that we could navigate that space with him and kind of guide him through that. And it was important. And I thought that was important because I think immediately when we often hear, and that's why I started with what is our definition of dating, because I see you, Bruin. I'm gonna get right to you. So
he wanted a friend that was a girl.
Exactly, because oftentimes when we hear words, we'll filter them through our understanding of it and the language that we associate with that word. You know what I mean? Or behaviors that we associate with it, not realizing that, you know what I mean, they don't have the understanding that we have. And as long as we, one, guide that, you know what I mean, we allow it to grow organically and in a way that we can help, you know what I mean, make sure it doesn't grow in an unhealthy way. And two, when we start shutting things down, they start finding ways to maneuver around us.
Yo, I hope everybody heard that. That's a
And
message.
so I want us to be a part of that. And I want him to feel like we are, embracing his growth and maturation in a way that he wants us in that space, that he invites us as his mom and dad, into that space. So, and I don't shun puppy love. I mean, like we people, when I was growing up, the older generation, they shunned it, they clowned it, they disregarded it. And I think that stunts the growth of our young people. So, Brew, you had your hand up?
Yes, I have my hands up. I think what you did was amazing. If you had a daughter, would it be the same?
Yeah,
That's
it. And I don't say that out of convenience, because I you know what I mean. Everyone knows I don't have a daughter, but I have nieces, and they come to me.
I just wanted to know if that was a daughter, would you think and believe the same things that you just said and feel comfortable with making that decision for your son when you go back and speak to the first lady? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's all I need. I think I'll be different. You know what I'm saying? I just think I'll be so different because it's not going to be equal. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boy. I know what a boy thinks about at a certain age. And you know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna be balanced, bro. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie to you, but
let's unpack that a little bit, bro. So, from
unpacked,
from your reason, like, why is it gonna be unequal?
unequal because they're gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be sexist, but boys will be boys. You know what I'm saying? And we want our boys to be macho, and you know, we want our boy to be what they call them. What do they call it? Heterosexual. That's what it is.
Yeah. Mm.
All right. No fish around here. All right. All right. So we
You
expect
a
that to
wild
happen.
dude. You a wild dude.
I'm just saying, man. Hey, that's what we pray for. We pray for that. I pray for that. I'm hoping. You know what I'm saying? I have a son. I'm gonna love him regardless. I'm gonna love him regardless, man. You know, because that's my son. Um, but if my daughter, I look at my daughter sometimes, I just think both of them is not gonna be equal.
Mm.
If my son want to date at 14 and he came to me just like you did, and you say all that good things, and I'll be like, yeah, yes, boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna be excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited right now when he be like, yo, daddy. I got two. I got you got when he was in school in Africa, right? This little dude got these little girls going crazy over him. Crazy. Up to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a school that his sister go to now. So they even help take care of him there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he got two little shorty. And he can't wait to go back. He's like, yeah, daddy, my girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? And I laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if he know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't be talking. I wouldn't be laughing with my daughter like that. What you mean, you two boyfriends? You know what I'm saying? What you mean by that? You gonna sit your butt down somewhere? Nah, I'm your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? This is what you got. You know what I'm saying? You got two. You got your brother. You know what I'm saying? Those you talking about those two? Yeah.
So
So
what do you think there? I mean, if I was them little girls' dad, I'd be saying, basically what you saying, like,
my daughter be dating man around 30, 35. I'm gonna be that dude. Like you see bad
See
boys.
Isaac's face. Y'all see Isaac's face.
You
Isaac
see, you
is
see, you
nodding
see Will. Hey, I'm trying to tell
in
you.
agreement.
I'm
Like,
gonna be.
yeah.
Listen,
Nah,
man.
I know that's not true, but yeah,
Isaac,
I
Isaac
get
first
it.
daughter, man. Isaac first daughter, man. That's my heart. If she ever start dating, man, me and Ike, man, we're gonna guns. We have licensed guns, and illegal. We have some things, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna be like bad boys. You know what I'm saying? I just got out of jail. I'm gonna be the one that's got out of jail. I know the act. That's gonna be my role. You know what I'm saying? You come to pick up who for what?
she ended up marrying that dude though
Hey,
in the movie world.
yes, he did.
But
He did. He stuck around, man. He was a good guy. He was a good guy, so he
Yeah.
stuck around.
but
Reggie
what's
was a
funny
good
to
dude.
that point though. I think so. Like, and we've probably all seen this to that. You know what I mean? Seen this happen and play out, right?
Man,
The relationships that we try to like pull people out of, get people to break away from, they lean that much more into them. You know
they
what I mean?
do. They do.
You know what I mean? So
I just think with fathers, especially when it comes to daughters, man, if we teach them the right way and pour into them, just like how we pour into our sons and stuff like that, they'll see and they'll know what to do. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that we talk and we say, you know what I'm saying? But I think that they will understand it, and they will just have to hope and pray that they wanna date somebody like their father. They have that relationship. You know what I'm saying? Hardworking, doing certain things out there. You know, understanding. You know, and just don't give themselves. Just don't give up themselves to people just regular like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of that going on out here.
Well,
You know?
I think a lot of that goes back to, again, just one, the culture, and two, if if there's one parent in the home, or maybe if there's two parents in the home and there's been some trauma that has happened, these things can dictate, what I'm saying, like how kids look at relationships. I mean, you have people who've been married, but you got kids saying from that same family, like, yeah, I'm not getting married, I'm not having no kids. And you looking like, wait, what? Why is that? And what they're not telling you is they don't want to do any of that because they watching you and they seeing how you get down and they telling themselves like, yeah, I don't want to deal with that work. I don't want to deal with that drama. You know what I'm saying? So as you're right. I mean, it's based upon like not only what we say to them, because we can have a conversation like you did, B, which is great. You know, I'm definitely gonna model that conversation when it comes, for mine. But they're also looking at what we do. They're looking at how the wives treat their husbands, how the husbands treat their wives, how people treat each other, and that's really what they're gonna take away from it. So in the instance of what we saw in the stands, whether the mom stepped in afterwards or she stepped in before, like, how do y'all feel even about that situation? Because as dads, we want to protect our daughters, right? Like, we know that at some point our daughters' hearts are going to get broken at some point,
We
right?
hope not.
Too. Your sons will too.
So and sons will too,
that's,
right?
And honestly, that might be a tougher space. And I'm not, because when you're born in this body, the way we typically handle and and nurture boys, if you will, is to is we don't embrace, or we don't teach them enough, we don't encourage enough. And I'm not saying us on this platform, I'm saying if you look at our community as a whole, we don't teach and encourage and embrace the expression of emotions and feelings from boys. Like it's nah, you don't do that, you don't cry, we talk, what I mean, there's language that gets associated with that. Oh, you a punk, you this, you that, you know what I mean? So we suppress those feelings and emotions. So you know what I mean, when the hurts do happen, where's the safe space or the outlet that's often available for, for Black and brown boys, in particular, to talk about, man, this happened and my heart is hurting, my feelings are hurt, I'm processing that, and then they start, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of you listen to the emo rap now, but man, I'm not with the emo rap.
Yeah, that's wild. But I mean, but it takes us to be healed to even be able to do that, right? So us as men, we have to be healed enough in order to be able to have the conversation with our sons and to be able to hold them and say, hey, like, yeah, like, I know, what you're feeling, or I may not know what you're feeling, but it's okay what you're feeling right now, because this is emotion. Like, we're going to get through it together and we're going to work through it. You know what I'm saying? But there's still a lot of us out here today, like, we just don't operate like that, because not only, and I wouldn't say, I think for us as Black men specifically, so race and gender, with big on the race part, now it's like, we have to put this facade up because this is what's being shown to us. It's been shown to us in a lot of different, a lot of different ways. And I think it happens in other cultures too as well, but I can only speak for mine because this is the experience that I live in. What you gonna
I have
say,
a question. I'm gonna let Ike go. I'm gonna let Ike touch on this subject. Then I want to go after Ike because I want to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna go back to my original question: is what do we mean by allow, right? Because I think that's the crux of the conversation, whether we're talking boys or girls. Like, people are going to figure out a way to do things that they want to do when they want to, if they really want to do it, right? So I think it's not a matter of like us allowing it. I think it's more so us putting in, I don't know, you can kind of say putting parameters around it, right? So if you're putting parameters around how your child dates, they may turn around and take that as, oh, you're trying to stop me from doing X, Y, and Z, right? Or that's all we do as parents. But even by saying no, you're just putting a parameter around what actions they can take at that time. So when they're at school, they're going to do everything they can that they think dating is. And the reality is that they're going to probably get that information from a bad source. They're not going. They're not going to the CAP program in the school, right, or the SRA program in the school, and getting information from them about what dating is, or what positive relationships look like. They're getting that from their friends, and they're hearing about what their friends did the night before. So I think it's just important to. I can't say when I'm going to allow my daughters to date, or when I'm going to allow my son to date. The only thing I can say is, the only thing I can do is try to make an environment for them where if they have certain feelings, that they feel comfortable coming to me and asking questions, right? And if they feel like they're mature enough to step into a relationship as what they understand it, allowing that or having that open relationship where they can come to me and they can ask questions about what a relationship is, or what a relationship should look like, or what dating as a child, it is like, or was like. For me, I don't think I can't remember dating when I was in grade school, right? I don't think I actually went on a real date until, I don't know, like junior year in high school or something like that, senior year in high school, right? So as a child, to say I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend at age 13, 14, 15, like, I can't relate. But what I can say is what I see, and like some of those
real date
traps that people fall into.
So define real date. Like, what's a real date?
Date, time, and location.
Yeah, so I would say a real date is actually going in. Again, I can't say that. I can't say what a real date is, because it's not the same. Like, we're in a completely different era, right? So from what I remember it to be, this is what it was, right? It is actually asking a young woman out, saying, I want to go hang out with you, meeting up somewhere, or going to pick them up, right? Talking, going to get something to eat, going to watch a movie, right? Spending time together, and then taking them, or then walking them home, taking them back home, and then you going your separate way, right? That's what a date, I would say, was, right? When you're dating somebody, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what dating somebody was, because I ain't really do that. But I would say it will be a continuation of doing something like that, but also making sure that you're building a relationship with them. I don't know what kids and even adults, 20-somethings, 30-somethings do, or 40-somethings that aren't married, that are going out and dating is today, right?
It'd be me, bro.
Talk about what I see. You know what I mean? When I'm watching like these YouTube videos of what women are looking for these days, right? And it's really more so a paycheck than a partner, or what are some dudes are just trying to get over them.
Ooh, that was a bar. Say that again. You said they want a paycheck.
Nah. Because on the flip side, somebody will say, well, dudes are looking for, just another P word and not a partner.
I mean, could be the same thing.
That too.
Yes, what I'm saying is I don't know, right? I don't know what that is. So, if there is somebody in the chat that is dating, or knows somebody that's dating and gives some insight, let us know. But
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I had a quick. So, Fred, I think we all know this person. I'm not gonna say their name, but they said that they met this guy out of town, and the guy wanted to get to know this person a little bit more, and brother man, basically was like, yeah, he was like, well, she was like, well, tell me a little bit about yourself. He was like, you got some businesses, da da da. And my man said he had 14 kids. She was like, yeah, delete. I was like, yo, that is wild. But I think it wasn't so much the 14 kids. I think it was more or less the, like, you just having like kids. Like, what's like, it's something about responsibility, accountability just not adding up there. And the only reason why I bring that up is because I've heard similar stories about, and on both sides, not just one side, just about dating and some of the things that have been said and, done or tried. it feels like it's the wild, wild west now in terms of dating.
So what if the 14 kids was by the same person?
They wasn't.
Clearly, that's why I said, what if they were by the same person?
That's a different conversation, though. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a different conversation.
Because the reason
because that happens too. People,
but the reason I brought that up is
I don't know how often that happens.
Yeah,
that's one of them anomalies, like somebody from the 50s and 60s, like we were married for 63 years,
no, bro,
and we got 14
in Jamaica. That's the that's
no. Don't come at Jamaica.
Okay.
No. I did some research. Okay. There's this lady right now in Uganda. She got 45 kids. 45 kids by the same man.
He said,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anomaly.
She's been pregnant all her life.
Like we are all in absolute shock right now that you said by the same dude. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's an anomaly.
The dude left her, bro. The dude even left her.
What?
Yes, the dude left her. Like she have like four or five. She gave birth to 5 kids 4 times.
Oh,
yeah. Only the last kid that she had was a solo.
Dang.
Yes,
but
in Uganda.
God
if you could Google that, you could Google that.
Wow.
The woman that with 45 kids in Uganda.
The reason I asked is because I think so often what happens, and again, while 14 is that's a, you know what I mean, that number is up there, but when I think about, when people hear a certain number of multiple kids, the immediate thought that follows is they're by multiple women or something like that, and that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You know what I mean?
I believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt. I believe in that.
I got somebody to ask y'all,
but
I'm waiting to ask y'all this question.
Oh yeah, you had that question.
Yeah, ask a question. We can spin a block with this one.
Now I traveled the world, and you know me how I feel about Africa, right? You know what I'm gonna ask, right? Wait. So
I don't know what that means, but okay.
How? Come on, man! You didn't see the.
I seen it. I seen it.
Right,
I seen Coming to America.
So, a lot of people, like I look at Josiah, right? You know how much girls told me to save Josiah for their daughter? Already. What do y'all think about that? What y'all think about? It's cultural because you mentioned it earlier, and that's why I thought about it when you say cultural.
So you mean like arranged, like kind of like almost like arranged marriages, right?
Arranged marriage. That's the word I was looking for. Arranged. So now, if I see Isaac's very successful, Isaac's wife is very successful. You got beautiful daughters. I got beautiful sons, and I want to connect with Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Would that something that we even would think about?
I don't think it's interesting because I think it's cultural in the sense that as much as our skin complexion may be similar to you know what I mean, our African brothers and sisters, like being raised in the Western culture, like the way that I think we may have adopted to a degree some of that is as parents, you don't necessarily want to have say or you don't want to dictate, but you want to, it was important to me that, you know what I mean, my wife's parents approved of our relationship. You know what I mean? That mattered to me. I went and asked my father-in-law and my mother-in-law for their blessing to marry their daughter.
Why did that matter? But why did that matter to you specifically in terms of the relationship that you were getting into?
Just the values that I was raised with. You know what I mean? So I believe that's important. So while it may not be arranged, you know what I mean, you do ultimately want that stamp of approval. You know what I mean? Like that matters. I'm not saying that it's the be all end all, but I think that's important and that matters. So while it again not arranged in the traditional kind of concept that that I think still happens in a lot of places. I do think that's a factor that people still value.
It matters to who though. Like, it mattered to you, right? But do you think that matters to the majority of men?
Well, I don't know that I would say the majority. I think it matters to people, even when they don't, even if they don't admit it, and they may, again, we've been conditioned to try to deflect, like, oh, I don't care who like me, or I don't care who, you know what I mean. And so I don't think we often get the truth from people in that respect, in that regard. We get the mask that they've been conditioned to put on in that space. Yeah. But I think it does matter to people.
I guess what I'm saying, I don't know that happens often, right? So I get what you're saying. I agree with you. I think people do, deep down, they do care about how other people feel about them, right? But I just think that process of going and asking for that, I don't think that happens often, right?
I don't know. I can't say whether it does or doesn't, but I will say this is that looking at it from a Western perspective, I think a lot of times we go into a relationship with love first and life second, meaning that we have these emotions and these feelings for this person. We have a good time together, but we don't think about the life that will happen if we choose to be with this person, or if we're saying like, this is my person. I don't think we think about the life aspect. I think in other cultures, kind of like what bRho was talking about, I think they think about life first, love second, essentially because getting into a relationship with somebody is essentially you're signing a contract saying that we're going to be together. We're going to share these things together. We're going to hopefully build something here. And in some cultures, the marriage can be the difference between poverty and riches, or riches and poverty, either way. So I think culturally it just depends on kind of how you're looking at it, or it can also be something to maintain, because that's why, we see in Europe, during the times of, kings and queens, is that a lot of those marriages happen because they wanted to maintain power. They wanted to maintain wealth. And so that's why they only married within this small group. And I think it's been like that since the beginning of time. But I think where we're at, we're married because of love, but I don't think we necessarily think about the life
but after that. But let me
I like that, Kareem. I like that too. I like that.
But let me I think contextually they still go hand in hand in a way, right?
They should. They should go hand in hand.
They should, yeah.
Yes, they definitely should.
Right? I think they do in this sense, right?
Okay.
People from a certain, background, you know what I mean, or depending on someone's level of affluence, right? You're only going to be around people most often who are from that similar background. You know what I mean? So that creates a certain proximity, right? If you live, if you live in like, let's say Calabasas, California, which is one of those super affluent, or Bel Air, or Brentwood is, you know what I mean, California, where you're talking about like people like LeBron James live. You know what I mean? Their kids not going to meet me, like, you know what I mean? They're not gonna be around me to me. So as much as over here you might marry initially for love, there's a dimension of life already associated or attached to it, because you're not marrying somebody who's from a completely different socioeconomic background based upon who you most readily interact with in that space.
Oh, look who they did.
But we see this. We've seen this happen, and it's not just women. So, because men do it too. What about when the classic college girl wants to date somebody from the hood when there's plenty of college young men around? Like
the classic college girl.
I mean, highly intellectual, educated
yes.
sister.
I mean, black
That
women are the most educated in the country.
we
Period.
and all they turn on, and then you have a brother that's in school that's doing the thing 4.0 GPA, know how to speak, know have something gonna go on for him. But she wants the dude in the hood. The dude's coming out of jail.
And
That's
then
what she's attracted to.
And then vice versa is you hear the stereotype of that black male going after the white girl. Because that, that's
I
the
think
stereotype that happens.
I think we could use a whole nother
I mean,
a whole other episode to unpack that.
Because, you want to do that? All right, we can do that.
Yeah. Let's table that.
Because I think that's important to get into, but I don't think we have the time with what we got left to really unpack that. You know what I mean? To do it justice, to do that conversation justice right now.
I agree. All right, I'm just gonna write that down.
But I would, you know what I mean? I definitely see, we've seen those instances happen. And so I definitely, please write that down so we can come back to that.
The reason why I asked that question, man, it has its ups and its downs.
Listen,
he on a whole nother level.
Dr. Umar, he the brother is he on a different level. I'm gonna use Kareem's wording. Yeah, snow bunny syndrome and all that. Like we gonna let Dr. Umar be Dr. There's only one Dr. Umar.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, got it.
Wow.
Why you say wow?
No, I'm just saying well. Like I mean I don't know where this conversation, necessarily evolves to. I don't know if we're still sticking on our children and the when do we allow them to date, or just kind of the dating culture in general, right? I don't know. I don't know that my perspective has changed or will change about putting a time frame to it. I think what Latoya mentioned earlier. It says it depends on the maturity of the kids, and I don't know if the right word is maturity for me. It's more so how naive they are, right? I like to look at everybody as an individual, right? And I could say that Tamia is just as mature as Ava was at her age, right? But I know that there's certain things about Tamia that someone could take advantage of, right? And I know there's probably certain things about Zoe that somebody could take advantage of. So my stance on that as a father is not to worry about, like, when they get to a certain age, they're just going to understand not to let someone take advantage of them. It's my role as a father is to understand what some of those what's the word I'm looking for?
Opportunities for growth.
Not necessarily opportunities for growth, but some of those soft points are, right? That someone could, come in and exploit.
Yeah.
And put them in a situation where they don't want to be in. So making sure that they're stronger, they focus on those areas. Like if I know that, one of my children, they're, a little bit gullible at certain times, and they believe people, for what they say, no matter what it is that they say, right? I'm going to like, did you really think about that? Right. I'm really going to like focus in on that to make sure that's one of those skill sets that they're strengthening mentally, so they're prepared for the world around them. And again, that's not just from the, a dating perspective, but just like kind of navigating the world when I'm not there.
I think sometimes some of those strengthenings come from like misses, right? You know what I mean? And I think about the song "Just the Two of Us" with where Will Smith was kind of wrote the song about his son Trey, and he said, you know what I mean, like basically he said there's, you know, there's going to be some hurts that I can't protect you from, I can't save you from, you know what I mean? Like he said, I think the line in the song was, he said, "Ain't no pain like from the opposite sex." You know what I mean? You know, specifically referring to dating. You know what I mean? In that dynamic, in that experience. So I totally agree. In terms of, you know, understanding within our children those soft spaces that that they all have, and kind of you know, even, I mean, even now, like I one of the things that I think I think back to something that man, brother Rod Jones said. I remember having a conversation. We were having a program out at Brockport, and he came and did facilitated the discussion. And at the end of it, I asked him, you know, I said, as someone who grew up in one socioeconomic background and now has achieved a much different socioeconomic background, how do you kind of facilitate, you know, your children developing the same appreciation for a dollar that you organically developed because of life circumstances that you grew up in? And he said this, and this was profound, and it stayed with me to this day, and this is over 20 years ago. He said, God has purposed everyone's life to develop them into the person that he's purposed for them to be. So the things that we'll go through, experience, and you know what I mean, like some things, some hurts, some challenges, trials, tribulations, I'm not even supposed to like avoid my kids from experiencing, because it was intended, and I'm not even going to be able to, even if I tried to or could avoid it. Like that experience, that instance was intended to happen. Like I think about, you know, my oldest son, man, you know, 4 years ago, so before the age of 10, you know, he had seen his godmother that he was super close to pass. I mean, suddenly, out of nowhere. His uncle that he was super close to, seen one day, and then less than 48 hours later, we having to tell him that Uncle Wallace gone. 6 weeks after that, telling him his grandfather that he saw every day in his house was gone. You know what I mean? You know, so like you say, man, why? How, man, Lord, like as much as it hurt me, I'm having to try to figure out, man, I don't know how to, you know, help my kids get through this. You know what I mean? But those things were divinely allowed to shape him into the person that he's being molded by, not just me, but by our divine creator to be. So, as you know what I mean, it's I think some of those like learnings are going to happen by way of things that we can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, and a lot of those things that you know that you mentioned, like we have no control over them, right? What I'm talking about are the things that I think God has, you know, given me the skill set to really like look and reflect and see people for, you know, who they are, what their strengths are, what some of their challenges are, right? And then try to put them in the best position to be successful so they don't fall down some of those pitfalls. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah, there's certain things that there's bumps and bruises that they're going to have along the way, right? And I'm just saying that from my perspective, I feel like my job as a father is to use that skill set that God gave you to make sure that it's not more, you know what I mean, than what they have.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? I didn't think you weren't saying that, but I think that part of the conversation is helpful to anybody watching that. You know what I mean? Hey, the reality is some things you know what I mean? Some, like you said, some of those bumps and bruises we cannot avoid, but what we can do is not be, you know, passive and stand by and see our kids experiencing stuff and say, man, I know I could have done or been more intentional in teaching them certain things that I saw were areas that, you know what I mean, were soft areas, and didn't do more to help them, you know, be strong in those areas.
And that's what Jaden Daniel's mom did. She said, boy, he looking a little soft in this area, so let me go ahead and sit between them.
Yo, you wildin'.
Take up some space.
Listen, I'm not touching that.
We don't know what mom was thinking. We don't know what Jaden Daniels, and we don't know what Juju was thinking. All we know is that we saw them talking, and they could just, and that could be it.
And going back to my initial point, it doesn't even matter what mom was thinking, because Juju and Jaden, if they want to go have a kid, they gonna go have a kid, right? Because mama ain't gonna be sitting in the middle of them at this game, you know, all the time, right? Mama's gonna go home and mama's gonna go to sleep. Mama probably got a little side piece. Well, I ain't gonna go to that. But,
come on,
but at the end of the day, Juju and Jaden about to do what Juju and Jaden do, man.
So, man, this has been such a good conversation. I want to thank everybody that's been weighing in on this. So we're gonna have part 2. We're gonna come back and talk about some of these dating stereotypes. So, yeah, we're gonna talk about some of the different variations that exist, some stereotypes and all of that. So we'll come back next.
We definitely got to dig into this whole concept of educated black women and not enough educated black men. Like I really want to talk about that. I actually want some educated black women who are single and looking to be a part of that conversation as well too, because I don't want to imply and assume I understand, right? But
Isaac,
I feel like I understand.
My freshman year, we got kicked out of Dr. Morale class. We argued for 2 days, bro, on that same topic, bro. He kicked us out of class. You know, Dr. Morale never mad. I know Dr. Morale, man. God bless his soul.
Chill.
He kicked us out of class because it was art. We was in Artwell, 3rd floor. Kicked us out. Go home. 2 days in a row. Don't come back on Tuesday with, bro. I remember this. I would never forget it. But that's why, that's why I know there was some truth to it. You know what I'm saying?
This will be a fun dialogue. So you know what I mean? We got to put together a flyer. We don't be putting together flyers like that, like, you know what I mean? But I think we're gonna put a flyer together for this one.
We gotta set this one up. You know what we could do? How about this?
Trick too. Trick was in the class.
Okay. Yeah, let's see if he's willing to come out and have a conversation with us. I let's do this. We can go on our social media feeds and we can just ask the question, so that we can get some feedback. We can bring that back to the conversation for those who might not make it. But we want y'all to be here on the show, to comment, talk with us, because we got to talk about this, because this is, if it's a stereotype, there must be some truth to it, or maybe not. But we want to hear from y'all on that. So let's do some shout outs. Who wants to get us rolling? I got a couple shout outs today, but I'm gonna let whoever want to go first.
Yeah, I'll set it off. I'll be short and quick. First of all, shout out to the amazing AQ girls team. They made it to, I believe, to the state championship game. They came up short, but you know what I mean. Listen, they much respect to them. All those young ladies and
parents of Brockport alum too. You gonna mention that?
Yeah, say that again.
Parents of Brockport alum.
Yeah, for sure. So you see those young ladies crying, and it tells you that it means something to them. You know what I mean? And I believe I don't know that they graduate many seniors, so I believe most of those girls will be back, and you use this learning opportunity to make you that much, more prepared for the next opportunity when it presents itself. That Yeah. So also I want to I intentionally avoided kind of, man, today, if you from the Rochester area, man, today was a heavy day uh for our youth, man. And if you care about youth, young people, you know what I mean, this community, you know, it was a heavy day for you as well. So I just say, man, shout out to everyone who is working with youth and cares and is just really trying to make sure that our kids have you know what I mean, just the outlets that they need to be the healthiest they can possibly be, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. You know what I mean. Send some prayers up. You know what I mean, for the Rochester youth in this community, because they're dealing with something, and it's heavy. So and then shout out to, man,
I
my
know what they need. I know what these youth in Rochester need.
they need Jesus. I'm gonna say that they need Jesus.
They need me. They need
Start with
me.
that.
You be.
Yes, sir.
They
So
need me.
yes, sir. So
Bring better.
and shout out to my amazing family. Again, I thank y'all for just, we wrapped our arms around each other this weekend to just be there for one another. So shout out to you all, to my amazing wife for supporting. And she checked in. Just all, just made sure I was okay. And in the moments where she knew I wasn't, she was just there and just, got me through the wave and the emotional part. And even my boys checked in, and I checked in with them because I know they experienced those losses as well. My youngest was like asking about, March 22nd, and are we doing anything for Uncle Wallace's birthday? And so they know about it and they're aware of it. So just again, shout out to just having an amazing and a dope support system. um I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and you know God bless, Godspeed.
Oh man.
Yep, Bruce.
Man, shout out, man. Shout out to my LB Mike was in the chat, man. Shout out. Shout out to all my friends and family. My brother Gabriel Perez, John. I miss you too, cats, man. My little road dogs, my little bros. Miss you too, you guys, man. Um, who has celebrated birthday? Somebody celebrated birthday lately. Forgot, but happy birthday to
David
everybody that's
Tong.
born. Yeah, happy birthday, Dave. Um, Shout out Shaka B too. I think Shaka just pulled up in the chat. Shock, what's up? I ain't talked to you in like 2 years, but it's all good. Um, Shout out to Karen Bashadley. Shout out to everybody that attend Brockport. There you go. Brockport, baby. That's what we do. Making legends.
So I got a couple things I want to shout out. I want to shout out to my wife and to my kids and my family. We've been loving all the time that we've been together in terms of not having to do any type of sports. So we just been at the crib, getting the crib together. We got some renovation that's coming up next month that we're really excited about. I'll talk a little bit more about that at another time, man. It's really a blessing, for how that even came to be. Also, too, want to shout out to my parents and to my in-laws, and I want to shout all of them out. I want to shout out my niece. She's gotten into every college that she has applied to, and she's getting merit scholarships and everything. This young lady is super, super smart, and we're waiting to hear from one school in terms of the package that they, see what they bring in terms of the package. But we'll see if she's going to go to the same alma mater as Brandy. That's where she wants to go, but she might have to go to the other HU. So we'll see what
You got to
happens.
get money.
I know.
Go where the money is.
I know. So, and it'd be good, either one to be good for her because she'll be taken care of. She'll have that village around her. So, shout out
Just
to
don't
my
go.
niece.
Just don't go to Howard.
All the hard work that she's been doing. And then last thing I just want to shout out, because I want to keep it short and brief too, is this past weekend I lost we lost our pastor, our founding pastor for Ebenezer Baptist Church, where I grew up, and is currently still my mom's church. He was my childhood pastor, Reverend Frank Rains the third, doctor, and heard that news recently, and so that's just been something I've been dealing with because he's the reason why I love the Bible. He's the reason why I like pens. Just a staple when I think about like my legacy of being a believer. I got saved in that church, under him. So definitely want to shout out to him and his family to say that we love you, we care for you, and we wish you all condolences to the Reigns family. So those are mine.
Yeah, just I'll round us off by just giving a shout out to everybody that popped in the chat today. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. Those of you that weren't in the chat as well, or that were listening but didn't jump in the chat, we love you just as much. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It as Balal mentioned, it was a really tough day, but it's just amazing to see that the resources that young people do have within the city. So I know we talk about, and you might see on social media about all the things that people aren't doing or the district isn't doing, but there's some amazing people within all of these settings, within schools, after school programs. In particular, I just want to shout out, my team with the city of Rochester, man. There was a lot of, tears and emotions that came in our doors today, and our team stepped in and took action. Definitely want to give a shout out to the coordinators of our youth services programs. Without shouting out anybody specifically that's not on here, but also making sure that I do shout out Balal for, the work that he did today, and just kind of stepping in and stepping up to make sure that our young people were supported through this process. So I just wanted to, acknowledge you, Balal, man, for that. And the work that you're doing on a daily basis, for the young people in this community. So, lastly, give a shout out to my family. Just want to say that I love you all, and all you brothers on here. I love you as well too. If you're in the chat, I love you too. You are loved. Even if you're, feeling a little down on certain days, just always, remember that you can come here, and get some, hopefully some jokes, some smiles, but, definitely around good people, get a good word, and, know that somebody, loves you as well too. So we just want to say, appreciate everybody again, for tuning in. Share this with somebody, like, subscribe. And we will see you next Monday.
Yo, I got it.
Hey, Latoya Mack, Kareem eats like Kareem. If Kareem tell you that, he lying. Who Latoya Mack is? I don't even know who Latoya Mack is.
That's his cousin. But yo, I gotta give Ike, man. I gotta give Ike his, man. Ike is a champion for youth. Like, from the moment we started plugging in with Ike today, when everything started going down, he was like, yo, let me, what y'all need from me, who do I need, I'll make these calls or contact, because Isaac name and office pull weight, like, so you know what I mean. Isaac make a phone call and things start getting done, you know what I mean. So he is a champion for youth. He's just like, yo, tell what's the game plan, and he gonna make sure it gets set in motion. So you know what I mean. We have a true champion for youth. You know what I mean.
Expect no less.
And I mean, and I don't say that lightly, man. The brother is a champion for youth. He wants to, you know what I mean. He just makes sure that the central focus of the work we do is youth and remains youth. And he's true to that. You know what I mean? Like he stand on that. You know what I mean? that and make sure that, the work that is being done, it is to improve and better the conditions for our youth. So, we appreciate you, Ike.
I appreciate that, man. Got a great team, that none of us can do it alone. So,
hey man,
teamwork,
salute to you, brothers.
All right, guys.
That's it.
See y'all next week.
Yo, Ike, did you say what you normally say?
Nah, I don't really care about black people like that. So.
That's gonna be on the next episode. Black people that don't care for black people.
Yo, Donald Trump, man, 2028.
Yeah. Hey.
The devil is a liar.
He's making
Yeah, nah. You already know, man. Support a black business, man. Support black people. Love on black people. That's what it's all about today, man. Just show somebody that you love them. Show somebody that you care. Sometimes just a hug, a smile, can mean the difference between a good day, a bad day, life and death for somebody. So definitely, spread love.
Hey, they still do it. They're deporting a lot of people, boy. I'm telling you, them people that voted for Donald, a lot of them been deported.
Hey, spread love.
You muted, Bolo.
Hug your babies a little tighter tonight.
Word.
Absolutely.
Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way.
It's the Brooklyn way, baby.
Here we go with these red.
Ain't that right, Mike? Ain't that right, Mike? Spread love is the Brooklyn way, baby.
All right, everybody. Have a good night. Peace. Yo, bro. So what we could